This time I'd like to call the Alexander County Board of Commissioners into session on this, the 15th day of June, 2026. My name is Larry Yoder. I'm the chairman, and I'll be doing the invocation. Mr. Commissioner Marty Pennell will be doing the Pledge of Allegiance. If you would, please rise, and gentlemen, remove your caps. Let us pray. Our kind and gracious, most heavenly Father, we appreciate the opportunity we have to support and to lead Alexander County. We'd ask that you be with our volunteers, our emergency medical services, our law enforcement officers, be it the leaders in the local communities, the state, and on the federal level. Be it those leaders throughout the world, that they will see a way to come together and have peace and harmony throughout the world. Be it those who are sick and afflicted, be it those who have lost loved ones, and be it us as we are here tonight to do the best we can to represent the people of Alexander County. We ask all these things in thy name. Amen.
If you would direct your attention to Old Glory. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Does any commissioner have a report tonight? There being none, the only thing that I'd like to call attention to City Councilman Jack Sims. I'd like to send our condolences to him and his family on his mother passing. Be with them as they go through this time of grief and losing a loved one. And if you would, when you get an opportunity, say a prayer for those who have lost their loved ones. Gentlemen, you have your agenda before you tonight. I'd entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Make a motion to approve the agenda as given.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Any discussion? There being none, all those in favor indicate by raising your right hand. Those opposed likewise. And at this time, it's a distinct pleasure of mine to introduce to the citizens of Alexander County someone that each and every one of you probably know, a man that's been around a long time and has done a lot of things for Alexander County. He's worked hard, done some of the things we asked you. He doesn't mind getting in the trenches with you and doing the things that need to be done. He's taking care of our water, looked after the sewer and the communities that have it. He's taken care of our landfill and made it one of the best it's been in many, many years. Any problems that's come up, he's taken care of those. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if I could, I'd like to ask Mr. Josh Mitchell if he'll step forward. Josh, now it's my pleasure to introduce you to this group of folks that are here tonight and introduce you to the people in Alexander County as our new Assistant County Manager. And congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm very honored to be chosen for the position of Alexander County Assistant County Manager. Alexander County is our home, and we care about it very deeply. I look forward to continue to work with the Board of Commissioners, County Manager, department heads, county employees, and the citizens to make Alexander County the best place it can be for us and generations in the future. I would like to thank the Board of Commissioners and the County Manager for giving me this opportunity to serve. And I would also like to most importantly thank my wife and my son back there, who without their support, none of this would be possible. So just like to say thank you very much, and I appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely. Josh, I just want to say one thing to you real quick. You did the most important thing. You recognized your wife and your son. Family
I saved the
first.
best for last, right?
Family first.
You
Family
need to
first.
call them up for a picture.
Get them to come up and have a picture. Justin.
River's excited about this part.
Yeah.
You guys want your picture made with?
Yeah, let's all get it.
After they get there.
Yeah, let them get there.
Do we? Okay.
Show our unity.
Go ahead and get your. We're gonna do one with all the commissioners and the county manager. With you.
Yep, we'll step aside.
front.
Get in the middle.
Oh, did family stay? Or we want to step down?
They all gonna be
Okay.
right here.
Get in the seal here.
No, don't move, they'll go around.
You got the seal in the picture there?
So then, say we're,
Where's Josh? Yeah.
how about this?
Yeah, there you go. Just get in front. That's good.
Yep, yep, we can see everybody. You good?
Sure.
One, two, three. Flash one on.
Okay. Two, one more. One, two, three. Thank you. Good deal. Okay.
Thank you.
Item number 7 on the agenda tonight, fiscal year 2026, 2027 Alexander County Budget Ordinance. Mr. Justin Lundy, County Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So before you all tonight, we have the fiscal year 26, 27 budget ordinance up for vote. As you all are aware, we've had a number of meetings on the budget, quite a few revisions, and a lot of good conversation on it, so I'm pleased to present you the budget ordinance for tonight. So the general fund budget totals $62,802,717. The fire district fund totals $2,953,244. The opioid settlement fund totals $446,090. The revaluation fund totals $307,708. The solid waste fund totals $3,081,400. The landfill closure fund totals $170,000. The county water and sewer fund totals $4,560,000. The school capital improvements fund totals $10,509,726. The emergency telephone system fund totals $616,972. And all the fire tax rates remain the same, as well as the tax rate in this proposed budget is a 5-cent decrease, so brings the current rate from 65 cents per hundred down to 60 cents per $100 valuation on property. And the total requested amount from the school system is also included in this budget. And I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Gentlemen, any questions?
No, Mr. Chairman, I think it looks good. I'm pleased with the budget, and everything seems to be in line.
Anyone?
I'll go ahead and make a motion.
If you'd like to make a motion, go ahead, sir.
Make a motion to approve the budget ordinance amendment, or ordinance for year 26 through 27, Alexander County.
Motion is made. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is made and second. Is there any further discussion?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make
Go ahead, sir.
one comment. Those of you that were here, I guess it was June 1st at our meeting, you know, when it came up to cut the tax rate 5 cents, which I, as a taxpayer, love that idea. I sort of kind of didn't really vote, because that vote snuck up on me, and I didn't feel like I was prepared to do so. My only comment is I think we will have some difficult decisions to make in the next couple of years. Based on county revenue, we are, I actually asked the tax office earlier today, 1 cent on the tax rate actually should generate $428,652 if we were able to collect 100% of it. Based on our collection rate from, our historical collection rate, that 1 cent actually equals somewhere around $414,000. And that's about 96.8% collection. So we got like 3.2% that we don't collect. For some reason or another, people just don't pay it, or somebody passes away, and who knows, and we end up having to, who knows. But what's not collected totals over $2 million, which is basically 5 cents on tax rate. I feel like we, in the past few years, or I'll say the past few years, I feel like the board in general, which I have not been a part of it the entire time, but in the past 10, 12, 15 years, has done some good stuff, has done some neat things for the community based on what we've heard the community wants, improvement in quality of life. Well, we've built parks, we've redone parks. We've tried to listen and tried to do some things. My only concern is with bringing the tax rate to 60 cents per hundred, which like I say, as a taxpayer, think's a great idea. I think it's going to be difficult. It's just going to make it that much more difficult for us to continue to do things to improve quality of life. Because things are so expensive. And, the Council of Government says we need 2 to 3% growth per year, or a county, not just Alexander, but a county needs 2 to 3% growth per year, just to maintain, which makes absolute sense because inflation averages 2 to 3% a year. That's just to keep up. Well, Alexander County's averaged about 0.8% for over 20 years. And, inflation currently, last numbers I saw was through the end of April. Last 12 months, we're at about 4, see consumer price index and inflation, whatnot, it's about 4%, which means we need 4% essentially to maintain where we are. I can tell you, Alexander County doesn't waste money. If you want proof of that, look around this room. The Alexander County Board of Commissioners meet in a classroom in a metal school building. Go to other counties and see where boards of commissioners meet. They have their own chambers. Just making a point. And I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook because it makes me want to throat punch people. Just being honest. And I try not to do that very often. And actually, I think you could ask the sheriff. I've never been arrested for anything like that. But I just feel like, especially with the House and the Senate in Raleigh, passing a moratorium on reevaluations, which we were due, based on, you know, based on what we had decided several years ago. You know, there's a moratorium on reevaluation for 26. There's most likely going to be one for 27. Not to say it can't be done, not to say we can't do better than we're doing now, which I hope we do, and that's what I think we plan to do. But I'm just making a comment. I think things are going to be tight, and I made the comment a meeting or so ago that the school system had some tough decisions to make just because of the way things are. And I feel like we, the county commissioner, are gonna have some tough decisions to make based on our revenue, the revenue that's coming in. And I think we're trying to help our citizens, which is what we need to do from a tax perspective, because none of us like paying taxes of any kind. But I think at a time that's as volatile as it is right now when it comes to inflation and cost of living and those things, I think this rate cut's gonna be tough. That's all I'll say.
Mr. Chairman,
Go ahead.
we had a couple fire departments that asked for some additional money this year. And I've tried to work hard to help them, and I guess I was one of the main ones that said no this year for the fire departments. But I want them to be ready next year. We'll look at it and try to get them what they absolutely have to have next year. Maybe not everything they need or want, but what they've got to have. There's a few other things that was in this budget that I didn't really like that we've added. And, like Josh said, school system's got some tough roads in front of them. I've talked to Mr. Griffin 2 or 3 times. I appreciate him. I got all the faith in the world in him and that board that they'll make the cuts they need to make to get where they need to be. But that was the only thing that, I had a little heartburn with was the money we put in the school system. But outside of that, I think this is a good budget, and the main thing that I've saw this board since I've been here is we don't have all those budget amendments no more. So that tells me, we're pretty much on track, and we stay on track. And when I first come on, I think we had like 128 that one year, or 30. And so appreciate this board, appreciate our employees. That we've got through this budget cycle, and maybe we can do better next year. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. Just so everybody will know, I think all of you know where I stood on the tax cut when we voted on it before, at one of our meetings about the budget session. And I have to be honest, I still stand there, and I stand there because I like the 2-cent tax reduction. And next year, whenever we go through this evaluation, or the new board goes through the evaluation or the reval, or what happens, they can make the adjustments that needs to be made. But the budget is really good. It's really, really good. But I'm all about 2-cent tax cut, and I'm like Kent now. We didn't do anything for the fire departments because felt like it needed to be done next time, and to do that because we gave them a lot of money last year to assist them and to help them. And our emergency services are all very, very important to us. So that's basically where I stand. Anybody else? If not, the motion's been made and second to approve the budget as presented. All those in favor indicate by raising your right hand. Those opposed likewise. Motion carries 3-2, Madam Clerk. Thank you, gentlemen. Item number 8, Sterling Road CDBG project bid award recommendations. I'll have that for you here. That's item number 8. Gentlemen, on June the 1st, 2026 at 2 p.m., bids were received for the above referenced project. A copy of the bid tabulation enclosed for your review. The lowest bid submitted is from DDI of Hickory, North Carolina, in the amount of $398,069.89. The low bid and accompanying documentation were reviewed and found to be incomplete due to the submittal of an incorrect bid form. It is our opinion that this bid be deemed incomplete. The second bid submitted is from Bell Construction Company of Statesville, North Carolina, in the amount of $452,779.25. This bid and accompanying documentation reviewed and found to be complete. We recommend awarding the contract to Bell Construction Company Incorporated in the amount of $452,779.25. If there's any questions at this time, I'd make that in the form of a motion that we approve that as is, and to remind everybody that this is a CDBG grant, and this will not involve any tax dollars from Alexander County.
Mr. Chairman, so
Yes.
all of it, the 452,779.25 is a grant for the
Yes,
total of
that's a
that?
CDBG grant.
Okay.
That is correct.
So this thing's been going on for years, so
At least 2
I'll be
years.
glad to
Be
put
glad
it
to
to
say we're
rest.
with
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe longer than that.
I think
If I'm
it's
not
been
mistaken, I think I was in Cleveland, Ohio, or either Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, when this came up, and then they got you on Saturday night, and you signed the grant because it had to
Yeah, I
be in, and we did all that, and
Yeah. Well,
So-
Rick was still around then.
Rick
so
was
it has
still
been- It's
alive,
probably been
yes,
6
Rick
years.
was still with us, yes. So that's been several years now, Commissioner Reese.
All right. Thank
That's
you, sir.
correct.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I'll second the motion, and let's get this thing behind us.
I agree. Thank you. All right, the motion is made and second. Any further discussion?
I did ride out to Sterling Road today to see how it looked from down there on the pavement, looking up through the road. Should have been fixed years ago.
Yes.
You got a crater going down through there with a washout at the bottom. So hopefully they can get started on fixing that road properly in the very near future.
Especially that house down at the end of the road there, across the road there, and you come down to the T intersection. That house had to get 100,000 gallons of water when it rained.
Problem.
You know, really bad. Yes. All right, all those, the motion's been made and second. Any other discussion? There being none, all those in favor indicate by raising your right hand. Those opposed, motion carries. Thank you very much. And for those that's been involved in this thing, I'd like to thank the Western Piedmont Council of Governments. Sherry Long is with us tonight. She's worked very diligently on this over the years. And this all came about from riding down the road on Interstate 77, coming home from a Western Piedmont Council of Government thing that we had to go to because she got a phone call about it, and it was taken care of. And thank you, Sherry, for your work and due diligence in taking care of this. Item number 9, budget ordinance amendments, number 32 through 35. Mr. Justin Mundy, County Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So there's 4 budget ordinance amendments to close out fiscal year '26 in front of you tonight. Budget ordinance amendment number 32. This is to increase the Register of Deeds budget to cover estimated expenses for the remainder of fiscal year '26 for payments required by the state. It's also to increase the public buildings maintenance budget to cover estimated utility bills for the remainder of fiscal year '26. And also to increase the senior center budget for a reallocation of senior center operations grant funds from the Home and Community Care Block Grant. The 10% local match requirement is being met with expenses that are already included in the senior center budget. Budget ordinance amendment number 33. This is to adjust the general fund budget for operating costs that differed from original budget estimates. It's also to adjust the general fund budget for revised revenue estimates. Number 34 is to increase the health department budget to use carry-forward dental health grant funds for fiscal year '26 expenses. The revenue source for the budget amendment is fund balance appropriated because the privately funded grant was received in a prior budget year. So this one actually does increase fund balance appropriation, but that revenue was received in a prior year. So it's really just an accounting cleanup there. And number 35 is to adjust the solid waste fund budget for fiscal year 26 operating costs that differed from original budget estimates and to budget for accounting entries required by GASB 101 compensated absences for estimated future expenses of vacation and sick time to be used by employees. And I'll be happy to answer any questions on these for consideration.
Anyone have any questions? This time I'd entertain a motion to approve item number 9.
Make a motion to approve budget ordinance amendments 32 through 35 as given by county manager.
Have a second?
Second.
Motion is made and second. Any further discussion?
I'd just like to say, Mr. Chairman, so everybody knows, this is not all the way through December to close out the year. Our year ends in
It's
July.
June the 30th.
Yeah. yeah,
June the
so,
30th.
All right.
That's correct, absolutely. Thank you, Commissioner Reese. All those in favor indicate by raising your right hand. Those opposed likewise, the motion carries. Thank you very much. Consent agenda, Mr. Justin Mundy, County Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So before you tonight up for vote, the consent agenda. This includes some Board of Commissioner minutes, some board committee appointments, the fiscal year 26-27 Alexander County fee schedule, and a resolution approving the annual bonds of county officials. And I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Any questions? I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Motion is made and second. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor indicate by raising your right hand. Those opposed likewise, the motion carries. Item number 11, closed session, under North Carolina General Statute 143-318.11, paragraph A, subsection 5 and 6, contractual and personnel. Mr. Ben Falconberry, County Attorney.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. At this time, I ask the Board for a motion to go into closed session pursuant to General Statute 143-318.11A, 5 and 6, in order to establish or instruct county staff as to the material terms of a proposed contract and to consider the qualifications, competence, and performance of an individual public officer or employee or potential public officer or employee. I do not anticipate any further action following closed session.
Thank you, sir. Entertain a motion.
Make a motion to enter into closed session just as the attorney stated.
Second.
Motion is made second. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor indicate by raising your right hand. Those opposed likewise. We will adjourn for closed session. We will re-adjourn for the primary purpose of adjournment only. Deputies, I'd like to say thank y'all for being here tonight. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.